Topping our news at 6, the loss of legendary journalist here at CBS News. Veteran correspondent Bob Simon has been killed in a Manhattan car crash.
It happened last night on the West Side Highway. CBS'2's Janelle Burrell is live outside the CBS Broadcast Center with more for us this morning. Janelle?
And Chris, he was a husband, a father and grandfather, and a journalist so many of us admired here at CBS, where he spent nearly 50 years of his career, his life, tragically ending here in New York last night. He braved war zones around the world.
Soldiers and teenagers were playing catch with tear gas grenades.
Even becoming a prisoner of war himself as he worked to bring us the story, a distinct voice of journalistic integrity.
The incredible story of how a 6-year-old Jewish boy survived the Nazis' final solution.
Legendary CBS newsman Bob Simon had a career spanning more than 50 years, surviving close calls and dozens of dangerous conflicts overseas, which is why his death is even more difficult to accept. His life ending just blocks from the CBS Broadcast Center in a horrible accident last night. Police say around 6:45 p.m. this livery cab Simon was riding in on the West Side Highway careened out of control near 30th Street. The driver hitting a Mercedes that was stopped at a red light and then slammed into the center median. Police found Simon in the back seat unconscious with injuries to his head and stomach. Bob Simon was pronounced dead at nearby St. Luke's Hospital.
I'm Bob Simon.
A man often described as a reporter's reporter, earning countless journalism distinctions, including 25 Emmys for his talented storytelling.
Tel Aviv's largest square was invaded by sadness. Sadness beyond words.
During the opening days of the first Gulf War in 1991, Simon and 3 other members of his CBS News crew were captured by the Iraqi military and held as hostages in Iraqi prisons for 40 days.
Just changed you?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. Too early to tell.
He was the epitome of a foreign correspondent. He was brave. He would go places where you probably shouldn't have gone.
Simon came to CBS in 1967 and became a 60 Minutes correspondent in 1996. This was Simon's 19th season on the broadcast, reporting just last week on the movie Selma. 60 Minutes executive producer Jeff Fager spoke with us about the passing of his colleague and friend.
He loved what he did, and that was from the moment he started at CBS News, a long and brilliant career and a body of work that I think is really difficult to match.
And Bob Simon was actually working on a story for this weekend's 60 Minutes broadcast with his daughter, who is a producer here at CBS News. When he died, he was 73 years old. As for the driver of the car that he was in, he is listed in stable condition this morning. The cause of the crash still under investigation. We're live this morning on the West Side. Janelle Burrell, CBS 2 News.
And Janelle, tributes for Bob Simon are pouring in from all over social media. Scott Pelley tweeted, "One of the great writers of a generation has passed. Bob Simon was a journalist of extraordinary courage." Dan Rather says, "Condolences to the family of my friend and longtime colleague, CBS News correspondent Bob Simon." For all of the latest information on the accident, as well as a look back at Bob Simon's life, you can head to cbsnewyork.com.